Thank you guys for coming in, man. How you guys doing? My name is Sir Render. I just wanted to come in and talk to you guys, man, about the 5 major diseases and their causes and some of the ways we may be able to circumvent this devastating end of disease in our lives. Stay tuned. Alright, so these are the 5 major diseases that we have in the world. Heart disease, cancer, respiratory disease, diabetes, and stroke. And the sad thing about them all is that we may know somebody, or we may even have experienced these ourselves. And so one of the things that I wanted to kind of go over with for a little bit here is what we can do to not only circumvent these diseases, but also prevent a lot of these ourselves, okay? So here is heart disease. We know heart disease to be something about the clogged arteries going to the heart, right? Just for layman's terms, all right? Clogged arteries going to the heart. Cancer. Cancer is defined as uncontrollable division of cells. There's a thing that's supposed to happen when cells get to a maturity. They should commit suicide, and they call it apoptosis. So the deficiency in the apoptosis makes for cells to continue to grow in a particular area or organ, which causes a tumor, which they then define as cancer. Okay, so cancer is the uncontrollable division of cells. What is respiratory disease? Respiratory disease is a lot like heart disease, where it's referencing something that is clogged in the airways or the arteries leading to the lungs. Okay, so clogged airways or arteries leading to the lungs is respiratory disease. Diabetes. Type 1 diabetics have a problem with production of insulin. Type 2 diabetics have not an insulin production problem, but the sensitivity of the insulin that they do produce is their issue. So one is the production of insulin and one is the sensitivity issue. Type 1, the production. Type 2, sensitivity. What is stroke? Stroke is also too defined as clogged arteries leading to the brain. So as you can see here, these are your 5 major issues. And also too, what is happening, what is the cause for most of these issues? Food. Food clogs our arteries. Food is, when we're talking about a cellular level, our cells need to eat. So when we're eating things that has, high fructose and high sugar in them, and then of course the cells feed on that type of stuff, and indulgence of those things in the body will mutate the cells. And therefore, when you get a lot of mutation and not a lot of apoptosis going on, then you have a lot of disease cells or a lot of harmful cells that are in the body that are not committing suicide, that are not being dispelled, okay? So we got to be able to understand, too, the significance of digestion and the significance of regeneration within our cells. Our body regenerate. We had to give it time to do that, which is why we need to always do things in moderacy, all right? And then still, even then, we always need to add detoxification within our programming on a monthly basis. All right, to allow our bodies to regenerate and to heal. And here are some of the herbs that can help us in fighting some of these major diseases and also to preventing them as well. So for heart disease, we have garlic, we have hawthorn berry, we got ginkgo biloba, and we have bilberry. Garlic is very, very good at cleansing the arteries. So everybody garlic is going to be good for pretty much any issue dealing with clogged arteries, okay? Garlic is a very, very good cleanser. So I would just prescribe that for anything dealing with clogged arteries, okay? If you're having any issues with that, do that. Hawthorn berry is very good at purifying the blood and keeping the blood enriched, right? And then ginkgo biloba is the same, bilberry is the same. So I always want to use those types of herbs. These have been medicinally known to provide people with heart disease the right amount of nutrients and vitamins that are needed. Okay? Cancer. This is bush willow, South African plant. All right? They normally may call it white willow. White willow, bush willow, it's the same thing here. And this is what you need. Turmeric. Turmeric is also good for cell cleansing. Cell cleansing. Turmeric is also good for that. Another one here is Buckeye skullcap. I don't have a lot of time to go through all of these, but these are very, very good herbs, and you need to look them up yourself and add these to your regimen. And if you're not using these, then you need to use them. What do these herbs do for a cancer patient or person who has cancer, or dealing with tumors, or dealing with the lack of apoptosis going on? Well, they induce it. They induce some apoptosis, right? And they'll allow you to be able to break down the cells the way you need to. So this is for cell therapy. All right, now respiratory diseases. We already know that Osho root, thyme, and colt's foot have been known medicinally to provide some type of medicinal effect for those suffering from any type of respiratory disease. As well as garlic would be good for this too, because this is a clogged artery issue. So garlic will be very good in this particular regimen for a respiratory disease patient. Now, diabetes. Now, type 1 and type 2 are a little different, but still, here are some of the herbs that type 1 diabetics can do. Now, as a disclaimer, because I know I haven't made that yet, man, talk to your doctor about all of these before you take them. But at the end of the day, these will do what you need for them to do. All right? Especially if you're taking medication for this stuff, talk to your doctor about them. But if you're not taking any kind of medication and you just want to prevent and make sure that these doesn't come to your doorstep, then hey, by all means, research them, get them into your cabinets today. All right. Now, for a type 1 diabetic, there's an herb out there called HerbMan, Gurmar, HerbMan. And there's also two Panax ginseng, which is the original ginseng, not the American ginseng, but the Chinese Panax ginseng. And then we have Kalahari cactus. All right. Kalahari cactus, Kalahari cactus. All right. And that's for type 1 diabetics. Actually, you can mix all three together, get you a nice little tincture tea, and you'll be good to go. And then just try to make sure you wash that with your medication to make sure that you're balancing out very well. I also told you that dealing with diabetes is very finicky because they have to be in the middle road, so it's kind of difficult to balance that. So make sure you're always checking yourself after you're doing all of this stuff. Make sure your levels are good. For a type 2 diabetic, we have cinnamon and Kalahari cactus. All right, cinnamon and Kalahari cactus has been known to improve sensitivity. These three herbs in a type 1 diabetic has been known to help with the production of insulin. Okay, so this is what these herbs do, people. You don't need medication. What's in your medication is these herbs. You can go look them up. What's in your medication is these herbs, but they're only giving you a small amount as an active ingredient. All right? So here's the thing. Stroke. What is needed for stroke? Well, we already know people with stroke need vitamin B1, B6, B12, folate, and zinc. You ask anybody about that, right? Well, here are some of the herbs that you can get to improve those things so that you don't run into stroke and dementia and all these types of things that can be affected, okay? Ashwagandha root. Ashwagandha root has been known to be helpful with the hormonal balance and has been known to be helpful with stress, right? Brings down the blood pressure, all right? You want that. All right, burdock root. Burdock root has vitamin B1 in it. Hawthorn is vitamin B6. Again, hawthorn is the same good thing as the heart disease herb. So we know that that's good for blood. We already know that's good for blood. All right, and now you got white oak bark. White oak bark is kind of what they use in aspirin. So if you like blood thinner and things of that nature. So if you own blood thinner or something, if you're dealing with metformin or something like that, you definitely want to consult your doctor before taking white oak bark, okay? Because it's kind of the same thing. You don't want too much blood thinner in you. But white oak bark is good for that. You got spearmint. Spearmint is good. It's a great herb for folate, all right? And that's something that you're needing in a stroke, all right? When you're dealing with stroke. And then dill. Dill is very high in zinc. So we need those things. Now these are the herbs that you need to take. Now mind you that food is the cause of the clogging of the arteries. Food is the cause for the cellular disruption. All right? So we need to ensure food is proper. In diabetics, sometimes, the pancreas, but sugar doesn't make it any better. Starch doesn't make it any better, okay? So we need healthy organs. And that's why I say, from me to you, I prefer you to detox first if you're dealing with any of these things. Detox first, and then begin to start getting you healthy doses of these herbs if you're dealing with any of these conditions. And if you want to just prevent them, all right? These are great things to learn and great things to know. And these are the 5 major diseases, and their causes is food. And the greatest thing that we can do outside of those things of taking these herbs is we can grow our own foods, which should be a great investment for each and every one of us. $50 a month go towards, getting you dirt and seeds and everything for each season, and to keep that going. And the great, saves you a lot of money as well. And then here, if you can't grow your own food, and even if you can, you need to always check the labels. All right, check your labels, because they're giving us hybrid food and they're giving us GMO products, and of course, fast food is the reason for all of these particular diseases right here. So if you're going to consume the food and you're just going to live blindly and reckless, then you're going to run into one of these 5 major diseases. If you want to prevent that, then be more mindful about what you're consuming. The body is the greatest creation ever created, and so we should pay more attention to what we do with it and what we put in it. And definitely, if you want to have longevity. Till next time, you can find a lot of these particular tinctures we're going to put on our website, Leafofvitalessentials.com. You can go there for our teas, our essential oils are all organic. We also make specialized things for people who have these specialized conditions. So please feel free to like, share the video. Anybody you know that may be suffering from these things, they can give us a call. Let us know exactly what they're dealing with. We can try to help them out as much as possible. All of our things are going to be organic. We also have accessories as well. As far as cosmetics, we have organic soap and scrubs, and we have lotions and all that will be available here soon on the website. So continue to, like I said, like, share, subscribe, and till next time, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Peace.